Hey guys, John here at Wrap and Shine. Want to do a quick little video on a question we get quite a lot about how is the process, how do you guys wash the cars at the shop. We have this deep blue metallic Model 3 in here getting a full paint protection film wrap, window tinting, as well as a ceramic coating. So I do want to show the process of how we prep the vehicles when they just come into us and our methods. And in a minute I'm going to introduce Vinny. He's going to kind of explain. We'll do a step-by-step, but we use a 3-bucket method here. One for the wheels, specific wheel cleaners, all-purpose cleaner for the trim. Your Iron-X here is a great product used by most professional detailers as a way to remove the iron contaminants from brake dust, fallout, that's commonly found on the lower parts of the car in the back, but pretty much all over the vehicle from just daily driving. Some of the brushes we use and our wash and our rinse. Again, we have 2 different buckets that we use to kind of keep the wash mitts as clean as we can. So we'll go around the car one time with the mitt, and instead of going back in and introducing the dirt and debris that we just took off, we are going to insert the mitt into our rinse bucket, rinse it off, remove the contaminants, and then dunk it back in the wash bucket with fresh clean soap. Step 1, the wheels. Introduce Vinny, my business partner, the lead detailer here at Wrap and Shine. He's going to go over the process of how we properly wash the vehicle, starting with the wheels.
Alright guys, so the first thing that we like to do, as John said, is start with the wheels. Primarily, one reason is because nobody likes doing wheels, so we like to get it done and out of the way before moving on to anything else. More importantly, because our wheel cleaner works best on a cool, dry wheel. We like to use a fallout remover, pH balanced fallout remover that helps break down any type of iron particles and contaminants that are stuck on the wheel. This product right here, as well as many others, are safe on the majority of OEM finished wheels. If you have any type of bare metal, polished aluminum, stuff like that, you want to stay away from this product and use a specific cleaner for that material. But this stuff right here is safe on 90% of the wheels out there. So first thing we do, start spraying it liberally on the inside or the barrel of the rim. Get the inside. We like to try to avoid getting it on any bare exposed metal surfaces such as the rotor, certain calipers if they're not powder coated or painted. We continue to spray. The more product that we use, the less work we're going to have to do scrubbing. We're actually letting the product do the work for us. Moving on to the spokes. Soak them down and now let it sit. As this product begins to work, you'll see it actually turns purple on contact with any type of brake dust or contamination. This lets us know that the wheel is in fact dirty and that the product is breaking down. While this continues to do its job and dwell on this wheel and break down the product, I like to move to our all-purpose cleaner. We'll use this to clean our tires, as well as our plastic wheel wells. Spray that down, and now we're going to let that dwell. Now that our wheel is starting to react, it's not too dirty, so we don't see much purple, but we are in fact getting some purple coming out of it. We grab our wheel brush out of our wheel bucket, this happens to be a wheel woolly, the large one, and we start cleaning the inside of the wheel. I always start from top to bottom. I always work different angles to get behind the spokes, get behind the heat shield of the rotor. You got to try to be careful to not push the heat shield too hard because you can bend it in some cases, but with the proper brush and technique, you really don't have to worry too much about that. Once you get to the caliper, grab the smaller brush. This way we can kind of work it in there. Get every area of the barrel, and now that's done, I like to take my wash mitt, and now I do the spokes. Again, you want to make sure you hit every area evenly, go over everything, because if you rinse the product off without hitting it, chances are you will miss a spot and you'll have to do them again. So it's all about taking your time and making sure that you hit every side. You got to remember there's a top, 2 sides, bottom to every surface. Make sure they're all cleaned.
the force hair.
And then we take our nice soft boar's hair brush and we work around the lug nuts. Center cap if there's a center cap, and then valve stem. Any other tight areas, depending on the wheel, there might be some tighter spokes and stuff. This will help you get in there. Now that those are all wiped up, we move on to cleaning the tire. We grab our tire brush, which is just a nice stiff bristle brush. Somewhere in our bucket. I guess we'll go with this one. Now you scrub the tire. This is getting off any road grime, tar, dirt, brake dust, or old tire shine that may be from previous application. This will ensure that when it's time to dress this tire, we'll get proper bonding and we'll let the most out of our tire shine. After the tire is scrubbed, we got a microfiber mitt that we use specifically for the wheel arches. We just go in there, give them a quick wipe. If they're heavily contaminated, it's best to rinse this out first, get off any type of large loose debris, sand, dirt, stuff like that. This vehicle is practically brand new, so there's not too much that we have to worry about. After those are done, we move on to rinsing. We use a power washer, 40-degree angle tip. Power washer is not necessary, however, we do feel that it makes it a little bit easier for us. We are able to blast. With the power washer, you don't want to get too close or use too tight of an angle because you can cause damage. But just use common sense, keep your distance, and rinse it out. Wheels and tires are done. We're going to move on to the paint. Before we touch anything on the exterior of the vehicle, we like to take a walk around, look at the condition, see if there's any areas that need pre-treatment. Some of the common areas of concern are front bumpers, where we tend to have a lot of bug splatter, bug guts, other type of road grime. Also behind front and rear wheels, where we'll sling up tar and asphalt on the side of the vehicle. We don't have much here, but we always check those as well. Another dirty area is always back bumper, rear license plate. We have exhaust gas, other things kicking up from the road, and this stuff actually bonds to the paint. So what we do is we have different chemicals to pre-treat for different debris or soils. We have a bug tar remover that we'll use on the front bumper, on the bug guts. Just spray it on as directed. Always read the instructions on the bottle. Look for dilution ratios, dwell times, how long the product should be on the vehicle for, as well as surfaces to avoid. I know with some type of tar removers, it could damage black textured plastic, so just take a look at the instructions to make sure you're doing everything accordingly. Spray down the affected areas. And then let it sit for as long as it's recommended. Our pre-treatment chemicals have dwelled as the recommended time. We rinse the vehicle to knock off any type of loose debris, dirt, sand, soils, stuff that we could get off now to prevent any type of contamination into our wash buckets. Start from top to bottom and rinse down. Step of washing the vehicle, we make sure that we have both of our two buckets ready for us. Our first bucket is our rinse bucket. This bucket is filled with clean water. At the bottom we have a device called a grit guard. This grit guard sits at the bottom of the bucket. We have one in both, and what it does is it prevents your wash mitt or whatever wash medium you're using from sitting at the bottom of the bucket where your dirt and grime collect. In this bucket we have is filled with clean soapy water. We also have a grit guard in the bottom as well as our wash mitt. So the reason we have two buckets is when we're washing the vehicle and we pass this mitt over the surface, we're picking up dirt, bugs, any type of stuff that's stuck to the surface of the paint. Now, to prevent scratching or marring, we got to make sure that this mitt stays clean, or as clean as we possibly can. So rather than sticking this contaminated mitt back into this bucket, we'll put it in our rinse bucket, bring it against the grit guard, squeeze it out, make sure any type of dirt or soil falls off, and then we put it back into our soap bucket and then back to wash the paint. We're going to be using a foam cannon. This cannon will actually spray our liquid detergent and soap onto the exterior of the vehicle. This is not a necessary step in washing the car if you're doing this at home and you don't have a power washer or a cannon. We just like to use it because it adds more soap to the vehicle, gets in all the cracks and crevices, and gives us better lubrication to make sure they're not scratching the paint.
Now that we have the foam applied, I'm gonna hop right into the washing process.
We take our nice clean mitt out of the soapy water bucket, and we start with the top, work our way down and out. One of the common mistakes that a lot of people use is applying way too much pressure or working in short circular motions when washing. We like to hold the mitt by the outside like this and just allow it to glide right over the surface. No pressure, no any type of added weight to it. And after every section or panel, half panel, depending on how dirty the vehicle is, you want to rinse your mitt out. So I like to do the top section pretty much all in one piece as such. And now before I go move my way down, I rinse my mitt, put it in the rinse bucket, work it against the grit guard, get all the grimy stuff out of there, rinse it out, back into the clean soap, and now I continue to work again.
Continue until the vehicle has been completely covered, and then we rinse.
Again, to avoid contamination, you got to remember that the lower part of the vehicle is normally the most contaminated. So I'd like to wash right up to about the top half of the doors and then stop. And then I will come back with a second mitt and I'll wash the lower portions of the doors. Yeah, the more contaminated a vehicle is, the more often you want to rinse your mitt out. You never want to take it from a lower section and work up. You want to just kind of stay around here. Once one side's dirty, flip it over, get the other side, and then rinse again. Now that the entire vehicle has been soaked up and washed, we are ready for rinsing. For rinse, we use the same power washer with the tip. Again, keep in mind the distance. All you're doing is rinsing off the soap. You don't need too much pressure or be too close. With all the soap, you want to focus on rinsing out all the cracks, jams, stuff like that to get all your soap and contaminants out. And again, work from top to bottom. Alright, so we're almost finished. Last step is the drying process. Take a look down here. You can see our two different types of drying towels. This one is a plush microfiber drying towel. This one is a waffle weave microfiber drying towel. It doesn't matter which one you use. It's more of a preference thing. So long as they're clean, microfiber, and absorbent, it doesn't really matter which one you pick. You want to stay away from things like chamois, the old leather chamois, or California water blades people used in the past because it actually will cause defects in the paint. So with a brand new towel like this, first thing you want to do, make sure there's no tags on it. Those could actually mar the paint. This one looks like it's good to go. Since it's bone dry, you actually want to prime it with some distilled water because that'll make it more absorbent and help suck water up off the paint. So after a couple minutes, you like to take it, fold it into a couple sections, and then walk over to the vehicle. Again, just like washing or anything else, you're always working from top to bottom, center out. So you take the towel, very light, no pressure, drag it over the paint. Do it nice and slow so the towel has time to absorb the water and move on.
The infrared glass is so cool.
Now, as the towel actually absorbs water and becomes saturated, you can bring it out and keep on going. Bulk of the water has been removed from the surface of the vehicle. If you have access to compressed air or some type of blower, it works really well at getting out your cracks, crevices, and drying the wheels.
Washing is complete.
Alright guys, that concludes our 3-bucket wash tutorial. We hope you gained some valuable information on how to properly maintain your vehicle. If you're looking to see some more in-depth videos and discussions, follow our channel. If there's any specific topic you would like us to cover, feel free to reach us at the email address below. Thank you. Have a good day.